You found the National Championship Air Races presented by Reno-Tahoe. Visit Reno-Tahoe.com.
What a great day in the desert, Reno, Nevada, the 2023 National Championship Air Races, the third day of racing in this event that's incomparable. Nothing like it on the face of the earth. We have perfect weather here, perfect racing conditions. What a crowd showed up today. There's going to be big crowds through the remainder of the weekend. We got a lot of speed to show you here on display. Let's start with the T6 class, Roblo.
Yeah, Tommy, we had a full day, and we started out with the T6 class on our 5-mile course, 5 laps, average speeds around 220, 230 miles an hour. This was the pairing we saw earlier today, and was a great race, very competitive. And here you see it at the start as we get started rolling. There on the middle of your screen, the dark blue airplane had the pole. That was Jason Carlin in Vicarious Race 25. Here you see him here, and he just jumped in and had the front and stayed there.
Yeah, Bill Musala, though, of Tucson, Arizona, miscellaneous in race 49, did a pretty good job of keeping up with him and made a big run pretty much near the end of this race. So we watch them go back and forth and back and forth. The rest of the field a little ways back from them right now. That would include race 48, 19, and 73. But then the fireworks happened a little bit later on. Let's listen.
What is going to be the strategy of Bill Musala hanging back there behind Mr. Jason Carlin in that dark blue airplane? Does he have a little bit more? Is he going to give it to him here on the last lap? Let's see what happens out there. What do you think, Danny? He's getting closer out there.
I hope that's strategy.
He's getting past him. He needs to be 3 airplane lengths before he can slide in to take the lead. Not quite there yet. Boy, oh boy, they are going at it. Tooth and nail. This is T6 racing at its best. Both those pilots have their strategies for this last straightaway to the pylon, around pylon 8. Here they come.
All right, now that's racing. Who won? That is the question. Take a look and judge for yourself.
This is the closest race of the day, Tommy. Here you see Musala. Look at that freeze frame right at the home pylon. The official results show that Jason Carlin raced 2.5 and the dark blue airplane was the winner. But boy, I don't know. I don't want to be the official that had to decide that. That was close and such exciting racing. We were just getting started for today.
We sure get our kicks from T6, that is for sure. And it was no question about it here on day number 3. Let's switch over now to Formula One racing. The original format of these races, the descendants of the midget racers.
Absolutely. This is the gold pairing, and we had Justin Phillipson, no strings attached. You saw there jump out front, but quickly frayed not. The white airplane you just saw there in race 31 jumped out to the lead. You see him coming around right here, and this is where he takes the lead. And then Justin Metters right behind
Justin Phillipson would hang on for a little bit longer there. Did a very, very good job at the start of this race. And so it would proceed through the 6 laps, the 8 laps, I should say. Now let's listen in to the race call.
Shots there, Tommy. You saw Frayed Knot slightly ahead as they entered that turn, and look as they exit. No strings attached in the yellow and green. Made his way right back out, and then there they are, wingtip to wingtip, going by the home pylon. We start laps. Here we go, just one more time around, and we're going to see if they can, if the strategies change. That shot down the backstretch, it looks like Afraid Not. Finally, he found something. He's out in front, and he's able to pull down in front. So now we have a new leader. Josh Watson, race 31 in Afraid Not. And then you can see in that shot just behind them, Justin Metters a little bit higher in third. But here's our new leader, race 31, Josh Watson.
Flag, white flag.
Final lap here.
Heard on the radio the white flag call. Last time around, Tommy's he heads, and he's now beginning to pull away just a little bit. So I think he did have something in the tank that he was waiting for the end to be able to just uncork.
And never got too far behind. He couldn't make it work. Afraid Not, this airplane has been the champion. National champion 3 times.
Last time around, you can see our first and second place in that shot. Beginning to mix it up with some of the tail end lap traffic, but this will be the checkered flag unofficially for our leader out of Milton, California, Josh Watson, race 31.
And in this race, it would be the storied F1 plane Afraid Not. Multiple wins here in Reno. With the top spot, Josh Watson, race 31, Afraid Not. Justin Metters would come in his third place in Limitless. The defending champion, Justin Metters, and Justin Phillipson hung on for as long as he could, Rob Lowe.
Yeah, he sure did, Tommy. It was a very exciting race, but we had excitement in the jet class as well today, Tommy. And we got to see the gold class as part of our package here today. And 500 miles an hour, 50 feet off the deck over the sagebrush. It was adrenaline from start to finish on our largest 8-mile course. And here's the start. Michael Steger in the far left area of your screen, the white American Spirit, had the start. He got the whole shot from the start, and he held it. Now, it was a very tight race initially with Pete Zaccanino in the L-29 blue camo.
Pete Zaccanino knew he had a fast plane, claimed it could run faster than Mike Steiger's. Possibly it can, but the faster race was run by Mike Steiger.
And we saw a shot back in the pack here, but we jump back to the leader here with Mike Steigers. He makes his way around. We had some great in-cockpit footage all day long from Jerry Jive Kirby in race team 11, aircraft he calls Ivan. And there is a great shot of the black L-39 known as Ivan and Jerry Kirby. Great footage there, but it was our leader right here, Michael Steiger out of Houston, Texas. It set the pace on this lap and made it all the way back to the checkered flag, Tommy.
American Spirit, a storied airplane, certainly in the jet class. And another win down for that one. And in jet heat 2A, Mike Steiger, Houston, Texas. And American Spirit, number 5, Pete Zaccanino, just lucky, race 24. Jerry Jive Kirby and Ivan, race 11. David Sterling in race 8 in 4th place, followed by Scott Gusikoff in Tumbling Goose. And Matt Guthmiller in Alpine Thunder. Let's take a look at the sport class. Big-time rivalry on display in this one, Rob.
Yes, years-long rivalry, Tommy, in our 400-mile-an-hour research and development class, and our top 2 qualifiers, and ended up being our top 2 finishers in this gold class today. Both qualifying up over 400 miles an hour. Here's the start of the race coming down the chute, headed for the guide pylon. What we didn't see initially in that shot was out front. Underneath was Jeff Lavelle in race 39. In the beautiful glass here 3, you see him here just screaming around at 400 miles an hour coming around the pylons.
Absolutely had this thing wound up, and for the past decade, Jeff Lavelle has been the hardest guy to beat in this sport class, that is for sure. But Andrew Findlay has done it 2 times, and that was his closest pursuit.
Yes, certainly do. And you see our leader here, you get to see some of the lap traffic they're passing here near the end as they make their way back towards the front. But we had in-cockpit footage here as well out of Andrew Findlay's Limitless airplane, or I'm sorry, One Moment airplane. There's a good shot of his aircraft, and he paced the leader at nearly 400 miles an hour, but never was able to close the distance.
It's an absolute tour de force by Jeff Lavelle, making a statement there. He intends to win the gold this time around in the sport class, and there he is, your winner, Jeff Lavelle, in race number 39. Andrew Findlay, 2nd place in One Moment, race 30. Sean Van Hatten, race number 3 in 3rd place. Tom McNerney, Too Much, race 4. Matthias Hyde, Class Thunder 1, race 51. Matt Ramsey in 6th place, race 77. Race 67, Peter Balmer, and Vicky Benzing in 8th place, 50, race 15. And the unlimited class to wrap up the day. Rob?
We had a little bit of gap there. You saw Vicky Benzing in that last race we just talked about. She's also in this unlimited class here, Tommy, and this was kind of the biggest story of the day, if you will. There were so many storylines in this iconic class that we had, and here you see we had another in-cockpit view from the pole-sitting aircraft. That was Stephen Hinton in the Bardall Special. You could see here at the start, far left of the aircraft on your screen, the white airplane, the P-51.
Certainly a celebrated airplane, certainly a fast qualifier as well. No one was surprised by the sort of domination we saw out there today.
I think a lot of folks expected to see the two Sea Furies, the Hawker Sea Furies that from the Sanders family that made their appearance here in the heat racing today. Both of them really kind of settled into second and third and were never able to close the gap on Stephen Hinton in the Bardall Special. That really was kind of the story, but we also had the iconic Plum Crazy in this race with Vicky Benzing, and that airplane in front of you, the white Bardall Special, finished second in 1964, the first time we raced here. Vicky Benzing in the purple airplane finished third. Those airframes were here in 64. We're back 59 years later, and the Bardall Special took the checkered flag.
This event is all about tradition, and so much of it on display. And that one very important race, Steve-O Hinton, Bardall Special number 3, coming out on top. Stephen Kohler, Argonaut, 114 in second place. Joe Swigert, 924 in third. John Maloney and Yaks there was in the Miss Trinidad. That's the 4th place. Vicky Benzing, the Plum Crazy, winds up in 5th, and Scotty Kranelmeyer, the other yak, in Russian Thunder, number 26. And that is the way it happened on day 3 of racing here, the 2023 National Championship Air Races in Reno.